welcome back to my channel, Beautiful Minutia. If you're new here, my name is Tiffany, and today I'm going to take you with me on a little excursion. So my parents are in town, and so my husband and I are having a date night, which is exciting. We haven't had one of those in a while, so we're planning to get some good food. We're gonna see if we can hunt down a good ramen place, which we've never had real ramen before, so that's super exciting. But our plan for afterwards is to go book shopping. So I have this big bag behind me that you can probably see, and I have tons and tons and tons of books in there that I'm going to take to Half Price Books and turn in and hopefully get a little something to spend and then hopefully find some great books. So I thought it would be fun to take you along with me. A lot of the books that I am unhauling are books from my Read or Rid project from last year. So if you saw my wrap-up video, you know that I have not held on to very many of the books that I read for that project and got rid of even some more that were associated with it. So I probably have I don't know, maybe 20 or more books jammed into that bag, and I'm going to turn them in and show you what we end up getting. Hello, it is now a few days later. I just haven't had time to film, and I'm going to share my haul with you. So I did end up leaving with, I think, 5 books, and I dropped off a lot of books there. And unfortunately, they did not give me very much credit. I think they gave me like $10 worth of credits. So I guess really some of these were free, but I spent about $11 on these 5 books. These are mostly classics, but I do have one middle grade, and I'm really excited because this was actually in their clearance section, because I guess they must have had too many copies of it, because there was 5 copies over there and they were only $1 each. And that's The Wednesday Wars by Gary D. Schmidt. I actually read this book in 2021, and it was one of my favorite middle grades of the year. I loved it so much. If you haven't read it, it's about a young boy in middle school, and it takes place during the Vietnam War. So there's a lot of relationship examination and things about the Vietnam War and things like that. In addition to the fact that he's starting in this class and he feels like this teacher has this vendetta against him, and she ends up introducing him to Shakespeare. And there's so much about this that I loved. I laughed and I cried, and I just felt like it was just wonderful. And I've actually had it on my wish list since I read it because I loved it so much. And so to be able to get it for $1 was amazing. Okay, so the rest of these are classics. I got Lark Rise to Candleford by Flora Thompson. I have not read this. This is actually has 3 books in it, and I don't know what they're all called. They're called Lark Rise, Over to Candleford, and Candleford Green. So my family and I have really been enjoying watching the Lark Rise to Candleford TV show on BritBox, and we love it. It's just such a good family show. And so to be able to find this book was really cool. I have heard some people tell me they didn't like the book at all, and they found it kind of dry and boring, and they only liked the TV show. So not really sure what my take on it is going to be, but essentially I did get this one for free, so I'm not overly concerned about it. As soon as I got it, my daughter got so excited, and she has actually read a couple pages in it already. I don't know if she's going to continue with it or not, because she also just got a Kindle, and so she's been reading all the library books she can find on there. So I don't know when she'll get back to this, but I think she is interested in continuing it. I also got a George Eliot. I got Daniel Deronda, and I love these Oxford World Classics. I don't know why. I just love the artwork on the front and everything. So I have still only read Silas Marner. It's the only George Eliot that I've completed, but I own quite a few other ones, and I am reading Middlemarch in March. So I've heard great things about Daniel Deronda. I've actually heard a couple of people say that this is their favorite Eliot. I've heard about that and Middlemarch and Adam Bede, all of which I own. So they're all ones that I'm really looking forward to checking out, and I hope that I enjoy it. I don't know exactly when I'm gonna get to it. It's not a high priority on my list, but I couldn't pass up the price. The one book I was really hoping to find was Barchester Towers by Anthony Trollope, because I'm buddy reading that in March and I did not find it, which is unfortunate, but I did find another Trollope, and this was in their clearance section as well. So this I think was either $2 or $3. This is The Way We Live Now. I'm not really sure if this is part of a series or not, because I know he has another series that's really popular, but it does say on the back that it is considered by contemporary critics to be Trollope's greatest novel, and it's a satire apparently. So I don't know, but I was excited to find a Trollope for such a good price, because it's not something that I typically find at thrift stores, and Half Price Books had it, so I was happy. And the last one that I got is this kind of old mass market paperback version of Lord Jim by Joseph Conrad. I still haven't read any Joseph Conrad yet, but I've heard so many wonderful things, and so I have picked up, I have a few of them, and then I am planning to read one of them in February. So I guess we'll kind of see how that works out. But this one was either $1 or $2. No, it was less than $1 actually. Now that I'm thinking about it, it was 98 cents, which it's weird to find books at Half Price Books that are 98 cents. Usually they're just $1. So anyways, so this one was really, really cheap. So I was very, very, very happy to find this one. Hello, Editing Tiffany here. I realized that I showed in a clip a book that Peter found, but I didn't share anything about it. And so he wanted to share something about it.
Hello, everybody. So, we are at Half Price Books, and my eyes are wandering, and I come across this spine, and I couldn't quite believe it. And it is the Septuagint. This was the Greek translation of the Old Testament. The Old Testament was written in Hebrew, and tiny part in Aramaic, but mostly 95% or more in Hebrew. And when Alexander the Great began to conquer everything, he demanded that everybody speak Greek as the common language. And so the Old Testament was translated into Greek quite a while before Jesus was born. And so that's what this is, as you can see right here. You open it up. There. Ooh. It was printed in Germany, so it's got German and it's got Greek and a tiny bit of English, and I can't read German, so I wish the Germans would have just used English. It would make my life a lot easier. But yeah, so it also has the Apocrypha in it. The Apocrypha was written in between the Testaments, in between the Old and New Testament, and it has that in there as well. And this was the Bible of the Apostles. This is the Bible that the Apostles would have used and would have read, because they would have, even if they may have known Hebrew, they would have mainly read Greek. And now it's mine.
Thank you for sharing that. Also, our dog is snoring really, really loudly right below us. So if you're hearing snoring throughout this entire clip, apologies. And apologies for the lighting, but he was really excited and wanted to share that. So here is my little haul, only 5 books, and I consider that a very great success because I dropped off a lot more than I came home with. This has been a pretty short little video because I only got a few books and all of that, but I hope you have enjoyed coming book shopping with me a little bit and seeing what I got. I would love to hear from you in the comments down below if you have read any of these, what your thoughts are, if there are any that you think that I will particularly enjoy or should prioritize. And I would love to hear if you have gotten any really amazing books lately that you are super excited to read. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, please hit like and also subscribe so you can continue to see more bookish content from me, and I will see you again next time.